And here we have the DIY backyard mini metal forge. Got some fire brick here. It's not perfect, but it works. Here's our stainless steel crucible, makeshift crucible. It's an omelet cup from Waffle House. It gets the job done. I've already burned out some aluminum in it, so apparently that's all I'm going to be able to do with this, from what I've seen on YouTube and figured out on my own doing this. Let's see. We've got our oxygen tube running here, or voila, a hairdryer gets the job done. This thing isn't sealed up with concrete or anything. I've packed it with dirt, which works pretty well. It dries out and you just kind of have to build it back up as you go along. And you can see some of the spots where it definitely blows out. But it gets good airflow and it gets pretty hot. Hot enough to melt aluminum, so it's at least 1200 to 1400 degrees, somewhere around there. I can't remember the exact melting point of aluminum. I've tried other stuff like copper and glass, can't get that hot. And I kind of use a steel rod, just kind of poke it into one of the holes in the side, or just stick it down in there when the coals are burning. And kind of use it as a relative temperature gauge. If it's, a dull red, it means it's a certain temperature. And, once you've got white hot metal, you're in the 2500 plus range, give or take. You see down in there, I've got some mesh put down. I cut off an old fence where the tube is coming under just so it doesn't get clogged up or anything. The coals have something to sit on top of. See down in there, it's about a dozen bricks all together to put it together. And I had a little entry hole here, which was kind of a little dugout tunnel to put fuel in, but I just take the crucible out and just load it from here. It works. I could have the crucible in there and remove this brick, but then I'd have to put all my dirt back. But I don't make things too complicated. It works for what it does. Alright. What I was working with, it's just a charcoal tower. Load up your coal, boom, kind of place the coal around it. It's really difficult to keep working and lit. You'd have your airflow going up under it. I usually just sit this on top of a cinder block and that would get the job done. But it would only get hot enough to just melt the aluminum. So by the time you get to where you can pour it out, it's already started solidifying, getting stuck. This little thing, nice and hot, almost orange hot when you pour it out. By the way, don't try this at home, it's fucking dangerous, and I am not wearing the proper pants for this. But I am wearing my leather. I got leather shoes on, good enough, right? And I do have one leather glove. My other hand is dead because I did not practice safety. That was fun. I almost took my whole finger off. Luckily, it didn't actually chop the bone, but it definitely got down to the bone, so don't do that, and don't pinch yourself with pliers either. That hurts like hell. That's a blood blister. A few molds here. They're pretty used up. Not quite an investment cast. You need to use them a few times. I don't know exactly what this process would be called, pouring into a flat mold as opposed to like a closed up one. See, I got some crossbow trigger parts here and there. Some just jacket spikes. Fucking awesome making aluminum jacket spikes. Like, why would you buy them off the internet if you could just melt down your beer cans? That's way more fucking punk rock. I tried some little experiments and lettering and, just little ingots, a knife, what have you. I tried gears, that's really difficult. Arrowheads do not work great in aluminum, they break up real easy. Today, so here's my entire little setup. That box is just so I have a place to put my tools. I have a bad habit of losing all my tools. Just kind of set up some tarp wherever it could go. I had all this set up and then it started pouring on me. Luckily I kept everything dry and out of the rain. I have this thing to kind of go around the forge, but I might not do that. It's kind of pointless, but if anything around it starts getting too hot, I'm going to try to employ that. And here we have my pile of cans. This is what we'll be melting today. It's not a whole lot, but I'll be able to pour something decent out of it. I haven't been able to melt these guys. I don't know what that means. I thought they were 10. I thought 10 melted at a way lower point, but apparently not. I was melting the aluminum cans, but not melting this. Oh well. Alright, before I start getting melting crap, got my little plaster block, and I've made a little mold. Alright, I wish I had a nice gas powered thing, but this one is charcoal powered. Got some charcoal on sale at the local general store. Let's load her up. Let's see. We don't have to worry about blacking up the hole because we've already got our little grate down there. I'm going to fill this up a good bit. The more we've got in there, the better it's going to burn. I guess you want to leave a little room for your crucible to sit. But it'll be all good because eventually it will burn off, especially with your fan blowing in there. And pretty much you want to keep it blowing the whole time. I say you want to keep doing this, but you should not be doing this at home. I'm just doing this because I'm crazy. Got it all filled up. I decided to leave room so I can actually get my crucible down in there. So I realized if I filled it up like I did, it's not gonna fit. Alright. This out of the way. I'm keeping all my flammable stuff nice and blocked away from everything so I don't get blown up. Alright, let's soak this bad dude down in some lighter fluid. Hopefully I don't burn the roof of my tent. Hopefully it is far enough away. Let's get it nice and soaked. It's gonna stink. This is bad for the environment. I'm sorry. I'm gonna find a better way to do this one day. But for now, we've got this. Alright. That was almost dangerous, but we're good to go. Let's set this out of the way. It stopped raining a little bit. Don't worry about it getting wet. Here we go. Now, let's amp this up a little bit. I've got this on here to protect it from the rain. It's not going to hurt anything. It's not conducting electricity or going to let it overheat. Just didn't want it to get wet. Now look at that. Now we're getting lit. Probably should. Is that hot? Nope. Get this away from there for a minute. Let that get lit up. Awesome. Let's see what happens when I put this on here. Ooh. It is still lit in there. It is burning nice. The flame shooting out the side. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm not going to do it yet, but as it goes, I'm going to be packing these in with dirt, you know. I'm going to have gloves on, obviously. Let's see. Woo! It is already super hot up under this tent. And it doesn't look like I'm melting anything, so we're probably good to go. But now, these coals are about as good as they're going to get. I'll probably add coal as the process goes on, which means I will probably have to pull the crucible out, lose temp, but it really won't be that bad. With this setup, I am getting way more than enough to melt the aluminum. You can get it in the mold without it solidifying first. Alright, we got our crucible. Alright, let's get this bad dude in. Ooh. Really should be wearing jeans without holes. I feel all those little sparks all over my knee. There we go. Now it's nice and in there. Hopefully that doesn't only heat one side because there aren't any coals on the other side. I may have to drop some back. Alright. Woo! Those heat vents are no joke. That shit is hot. You walk by that, you'll burn the fuck out of your leg. Coming out of there. You see the smoke coming out of the sides. It's better than nothing. Again, it's been sitting a couple minutes in there. No aluminum cans yet. Take this off. Can's got some orange glow, but not a lot. Should be able to melt a can to get us a can. The lack of room really sucks. Not a whole lot of places to stand out of the smoke and the heat. Really needed a bigger area. The tent's still not melting, so that's a good thing. Got our LaCroix can. It's a little wet, but all that moisture is going to go off. Now, the air inside these cans likes to ignite when you stick them in there. So I found out sitting them upside down, it will come shooting out of there along with whatever molten metal you've already got in there. Alright, let's see. Now I'm doing it like this. We'll get it just to melting. And then once we've got a lot of cans in there, then we'll put the lid on. Get it nice and molten. You can already feel the cans starting to give. It'll go down in there in just a second. I don't know if you can hear that rain, but it is coming down. There it goes. Ooh, that's probably not good, but I can fish the crucible out of there if I need. Woo! Getting pelted even under my tarp. There it goes. Nice and melty. The other side of it's not getting very hot, so it's having some trouble melting. May have made a mistake putting the coals how I did. Whew! Buddy, that's hot! I can't really get a shot or I'll burn my phone. Whew! I have to cover this up. It's raining way too hard. Oh my god. Over there even with my pliers. Boom, here we go. They almost instantly melt now. Yep, look at that. On down there. Bloop, and it's gone. There we go, that's what we want. Melted aluminum. Really should have built a better fuel insert, so for now, kind of have to knock my coals in there, but it's been working pretty well because it's getting right up next to it where it needs to be. As it stands, I don't have to take the crucible out, and it is getting freaking hot in there. Aluminum is nice and orange. Oh shit. Well, we just did an experiment. I dropped a piece of coal into the aluminum. Not sure exactly what that does. I think that has something to do kind of like how steel is made when you add carbon to metal. So I don't know. Stronger aluminum, weaker aluminum? Did we just contaminated the whole thing? Find out. It is lit on fire. I would dig it out, but why not? Let's see what happens. You got a good bit of melted aluminum down there just from about 6 or 7 cans. Still got a good bit left. What have we got on the end of here? This is the hard stuff that I always get in there. You've got the nice liquidy aluminum, and then you've got this crumbly bullshit stuff. I don't know what that is. Alright, I got all my aluminum cans melted and I'm just letting it get real hot. In the meantime, I'm going to grab a glove and a mask and see what this thing does. So far, I haven't really had to pack with mud. It's got a few spots, but it's getting plenty hot, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Alright, so the charcoal is burned off, but I'm left with a bunch of this slag type shit at the top. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know what it is, but it's this crumbly, like it's obviously metallic, but it won't melt completely. And so this pour might not work, but we're gonna see.
And I just realized I forgot to heat up my molds, so who knows what this is going to do.
This is our biggest glob that went into that mold. It came out really fast, and it is still liquid. Let me get a poker. I did manage to get the spikes. Wait, no, let's see. If it's still liquid. Nah, it's starting to freeze already. You can see on the top. It's still liquid in some places. It looks like we're stuck with that. I just kind of poured the excess over here. Wasn't really going for much. This is probably already hardened. Yep, it sure is. Didn't really get much out of it. Take a bar. Probably cut that into a piece for a crossbow trigger. Let's see, we got a little glob over here. That's nothing.
Today's molds, or casts, whatever you want to call them, are a bit of a fail, but I have cast some practical stuff in the past, such as spikes. Those are always awesome, and crossbow triggers. Basically, your string pulls here, and while it's there, you know, it's got your pivot right there. It's not going to move anywhere. When you pull your trigger, zips out of the way. Here we have completed product. You can see the trigger in there. And here's that little piece down in there. You can see it's got some wear and tear. And basically, you can pull on it as much as you want and sometimes it will actually recoil and then reload itself, which is really convenient. It's not exactly like a repeating crossbow or self-reloading, but the fact that the trigger reloads itself is really useful. Now let's cock this thing. No telling how much actual pull it is. It's, I'd guess, about 40 to 50. Oh, fuck! Be careful, kids. The trigger doesn't always like to work. There we go. Nice and tight. I had to do some modifications, cut some grooves in there so it sat just right, whatever. Had to add these poles to keep the string in place. We'll get into the crossbow in another video. Just to give you a look at all of it. It's all just built out of junk guitar parts. I did buy the oak from Lowe's. The limbs are actually from a compound bow. A 30-pound pull compound bow. If it's set up like this, it's a lot more. Let's shoot this bad dude. Got these bolts I made out of dowels from Walmart. $1 for, I think these are 5/8 inch. You can make 3 out of a yard long one. They're about a foot long. An arrow is just a piece of steel I cut out. It's kind of burnt up because I had tried putting pine sap on it to make flaming arrows. No idea how those guys did that back in the day. It goes out every time. I'm going to find out. And the tail is just some duct tape. It's really primitive, simple, but it works. Good shot. Yeah, let's do this shit. Woo! No stick, didn't have time to stabilize, but that thing slapped. Let's shoot it again. Woo! That was a nice solid punch. can see it did not reload itself. It doesn't do it every time. But if it pulls just right and fires just right, it will load it. So we kind of hear it click back into place. Experiment. I've got a ton of coal left burning there. It's still super hot. It's a perfectly good stove. Let's cook some eggs. Let's see. Set these over here. Got my little camping cooking tin. I got it at a dirt cheap for like $5. Got some olive oil down in there. And I'm not sure how I want to go about this. Let's see. Probably just move this to the side to create sort of a vent. I guess this would be kind of like a rocket chimney. Maybe that's not going to work. Let's see. I need somewhere to sit it over. Maybe this will work. That'll work. The oil's kind of pulled up, but I imagine it's heating up pretty quick. Man, our oil's already jumping. Holy crap. Alright, let's crack some eggs into this bad dude. Ooh, it's way too hot for olive oil. Now I got egg on my hand, that's cool. But when you're a cook, you just kind of learn the deal. Alright. It's working pretty well. Eggs have cooled the oil down a little bit, maybe a little too much. And this thing is still piping hot, so putting my hand over it kind of sucks. Yeah, it smells good. Eggs. I was gonna do boiled eggs or maybe some ramen, but I'm gonna go too crazy and waste what coal I've got in here. They say low and slow with eggs, man, but I like me some well-done scrambled eggs. They're good. I don't mind them runny either. I grew up eating bacon grease cooked burnt eggs, man. That shit's so good. Yeah. Looking good. This next time I do this, I can modify it where it's a little easier to cook. Better vent. Get a double function out of this little DIY mini forge. Oh yeah. I really don't need my fan going, but I figure it's going to push that heat right where I want it to this pan, so why not? And the quicker my coal will burn off, as much as I don't want to waste it, I would rather it go out sooner than later. Alright, I'm going to call it on these bad dudes. Yeah, for some eggs, man. Now, we don't have any spices for it, but, you know, olive oil is just as good. It gives it a nice taste. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Oh my god, it's hot. It's so delicious. It needs salt. But it's pretty good. See you later.